The pen rolled off the hotel desk and clicked against the floor. Cheap plastic, blue ink, the kind hotels order by the thousands. It shouldn't have mattered. But it wasn't mine. I stared at it the way you stare at a bruise you don't remember earning. The room smelled like citrus cleaner and something sweeter beneath it, her perfume, misjudged and lingering. My phone vibrated once. Then again, silence returned like it was holding its breath. I picked up the pen. The logo was faded. A local motel. Not the one we booked. Not the one I paid for. My reflection in the window didn't change. That was the first sign. No widening eyes, no shaking hands. Just a tightening behind my ribs like a door quietly locking. I sat on the edge of the bed and waited. When the door opened, she froze. Just long enough. That pause was the confession. Her mouth opened, closed. I stood. The man behind her tried to smile. Habit. Reflex. His nose broke on impact. A dull sound. Wet. Final. She screamed his name. I walked past them, the pen still in my hand, and left the room without a word. My revenge was just starting. 27 years is a long time to lie to someone. Long enough that the lie starts to believe it's truth. I drove aimlessly. Parked. Sat with the engine off. The world felt muffled, like I was underwater. I replayed everything. Not the obvious moments, but the small ones. The missed calls returned too late. The way she guarded her phone like it was a second heart. The sudden interest in weekend seminars. The motel pen. Denial tried to speak. I silenced it. The math didn't work anymore. It never had. I had just chosen not to calculate. I thought about my son, about his wife. Her voice from weeks earlier still echoed in my head. If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes. Laughter in the background. Entitlement dressed as humor. I had replied, enjoy. At the time, I hadn't known why the word tasted so clean in my mouth. Now I did. I went home and poured a drink I didn't touch. I opened old files, old emails. I noticed patterns where I once saw noise. A second phone line. Payments rounded too neatly. Gifts that never arrived. She had built a double life with the precision of an accountant. I admired that, coldly. I didn't confront her. I watched. I smiled when she spoke, nodded, asked about her day. I became boring on purpose. Predictable men are invisible men. At night while she slept, I worked. Phone records first, then travel receipts, then a private lab that didn't ask questions and accepted cash. I tested things I didn't want answers to and waited like a man waiting for weather. The investigator was discreet. Former police, tired eyes, efficient. You sure you want everything? He asked. I don't want anything, I said. I want the truth. He found the lover quickly. A long-term arrangement. Benefits tied to her accounts. My accounts. Properties transferred quietly. Assets bleeding out one paper cut at a time. I discovered my son wasn't mine. That one didn't hurt the way people imagine. It landed gently. Like something that had always been true finally sitting down. I kept breathing. I kept smiling. She planned to leave. Not dramatically. Surgically. I would have been a footnote. I decided to revise the ending. The results arrived on a Tuesday. I read them once. Then again. Then I folded the paper and placed it neatly in my jacket. At dinner, I slid it across the table. What's this? She asked. Something I already know, I said. Her hands shook. Just slightly. She didn't open it at first. She already understood the shape of the truth. When she finally read, her face collapsed inward. Years drained out of her in seconds. It's not, she started. I raised a finger. Silence obeyed. I know about the motel, I said calmly. The accounts. The man. The timeline. The child. Her breath came in ragged pieces. I felt nothing. That frightened her more than anger ever could. I didn't take everything. I took what mattered. Her lover lost his job first. Then his license. Then his reputation. A quiet call here. A document there. Truth is patient when you give it direction. Her access disappeared overnight. Cards declined. Locks changed. Names removed. The house stayed quiet. On Thanksgiving, my phone rang. Once, then again. By midnight, 71 missed calls. I posted nothing. I sent nothing. I simply let the photos circulate. My villa in Switzerland, light spilling across stone, a table set for one. No caption. My daughter-in-law called last. Her voice was thin, apologetic, afraid.
We didn't mean...
I know, I said. Enjoy. I blocked the number. I left without drama. No speeches. No forgiveness, no rage. In the mountains, I slept better than I had in decades. The air was honest. The silence didn't ask me to pretend. Sometimes I think about the pen. How something so small can end a life you thought was real. I don't miss her. I don't miss them. What I miss is the man who didn't know, and I don't want him back. Because now when the phone is quiet, it's quiet by choice, and that is power.